the UFC's featherweight division. UFC 290, Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. Full card confident picks. We did the predictions yesterday. If you want to go check those ones out, we're doing the confident picks. If you're new to this, we go from the bottom of the card all the way to our main event of Volkanovski, Yair Rodriguez, and give my percentage chance that I think all of my predictions are to actually win. For example, Jimmy Crute Alonzo Menafield is a very, very close fight, so he is not going to be a confident pick once I show you in a little bit. Jack Della Maddalena most likely is going to be very high on our confidence category. We're rating him from the bottom is our least confident to the top is our most confident. So we got all the people we think are going to win. Again, if you want the breakdown and prediction on all of these fights, those videos are already out on the main channel and Bert MMA 2, the second channel. But all the bolded fighters are who I think are going to win. We're going to start with the first one here in Bo Nickal and Valentin Woodburn. This is a short notice fight in the UFC middleweight division, so I don't know where this is going to land up on the entire UFC fight card because it's actually not even on Tapology just yet. But this is obviously going to be very high on the confidence here. As Valentin Woodburn, yes, he's got crazy power in his hands, definitely has that knockout ability, very strong, good takedown offense, but he's not going to be able to stuff the takedowns of Bo Nickal in round number 1. Valentin has not fought a fighter anywhere near the wrestling caliber of Bo Nickal. I think it's going to be just like all other Bo Nickal fights, a round 1 submission. So I do believe that Bo Nickal should be very, very high at a solid 95% as a super confident pick of the card. Super confident picks is anything over that 80% range. Let's go super confident picks. Next one, Esteban Ribovics and Kamwilla Kirk. Inside of the UFC's lightweight division, Esteban is a slight favorite on those betting odds and is not going to be too confident as well here at just, let's go 59%. This is going to be a slight lean in the lightweight division, considering Kamwilla Kirk is such a good wrestler and grappler, and we did see Esteban get taken down a few times in his last fight. Should be close. I do feel that Esteban should be able to defend most of those takedowns and just overall have the better striking in this fight. But it's a close one indeed, and I do have Ribovics winning, so that is going to be a slight lean. Next one is going to be Jesus Aguilar and Shannon Ross. We're going to have Jesus Aguilar at a solid, let's go 68% as an almost confident pick of the card. Our slight leans are 50% to 59%, meaning we're really not that much more confident on that fighter. 68%, that gets it into a whole nother realm. That's almost being a confident pick. So that is going to be our next category right above Esteban Ribovics. So we'll make ourselves a new category, almost confident picks. Next one, Cameron Simon taking on Terrence Mitchell. This one is going to be a confident pick, but not a super confident pick. I'm not as confident on Simon as I would be on Bo Nickal, because stylistically, Terrence Mitchell is a tough guy to prepare for with how tall and lengthy and just long that he is in the UFC's bantamweight division. I mean, that man used to be a flyweight fighter, which I still find absolutely insane. So we are going to put Cameron Simon there at a solid 8. Let's go 80%. Let's go 80%. It's going to be our most confident of all confident picks. I did mess that one up a little bit, so it's just confident picks, and we'll have them at 80%. Next fighter is Vitor Petrino, who's almost a 3-1 favorite on the betting odds. I don't like that. The man should not be that big of a favorite. I do have him as an almost confident pick, right? Kind of where Jesus Aguilar is, but just a little bit lower at 67%. I did spell that one wrong. 67%. Oops, I did mess up on that. We'll copy this one and put them in the almost confident picks category. Next one is going to be Tatsuro Taira, and you already know this guy's going to be in the super confident picks for sure. Not going to be in the 90s, but he's going to be almost there to where he's almost a 90+% confident type of guy. We'll have him at a solid 88%, meaning I don't really think the odds are worth it on Tatsuro Taira at -1,000. Got Jimmy Crute Alonzo, man. If you're like I told you in the sort of intro of this confident picks video, we're not going to have this man very high at all. This is probably the closest fight, or almost the closest fight on the entire card. I'm going to have him at 54%. If you watched their first fight, it was a draw, and it was a super, super close fight inside of the light heavyweight division. Yasmin Jauregui taking on Denise Gomez. This is an interesting one. Yasmin is a 4-1 favorite, but again, I'm not going to have her around the Cameron Simon range. Maybe just a little bit in terms of those confident picks. She's not going to be a very confident pick or a super confident pick or anything like that. She's just going to barely crack into that confidence category at 72%, if I can find that percentage icon, inside of the strawweight division. Jack Della Maddalena, we're going to have him above Tatsuro Taira. I'm feeling a little bit better on him than I am on Tatsuro. We'll have him at an even 90%. Feel very good on Jack Della Maddalena winning. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more powerful, more endurance, better boxing, better kicking. I mean, wrestling, honestly, he might have the advantage there as well, just because of the size. But that should be very, very interesting. Nico Price, we're going to have him right around Esteban Ribovic's, just a little bit less at 58%. Not feeling too hot on Nico Price, because if this one does go to a decision, there's a very, very good shot that Nico Price could lose, because it is Robbie Lawler's retirement fight inside of the welterweight division. Jalen Turner in an interesting one here at lightweight. This is a tough one to kind of put where I'd have Jalen Turner at. I'm not as confident as a lot of guys are. He's going to be an almost confident pick, but probably our worst almost confident pick of the card. Probably our worst at just 62%. I've heard people talk about him training and saying his takedown defense is looking good. He's dialed in. His striking is looking better than ever. That could be a really, really close fight. So we'll only have him at 62%. Robert Whittaker, we already know. We're going to have him as a confident pick. Right around where his betting odds kind of have him at. Maybe a little bit less than the betting odds have him at 70. Let's go 76% for big boy Robert. He's not even that big of a boy. I don't know why I'm saying that, but we'll have him at 76% for another confident pick. Right in between Yasmin Jauregui and Cameron Simon. Brandon Moreno going to be a little bit around that Vitor Petrino, Jesus Aguilar range. I'd say I'm a little bit more confident in Moreno than I would be than Jesus Aguilar. So we'll have him at almost 69. Almost a confident pick. Pretty much at 69% for Brandon Moreno. Let's put him down here. We got one more to go over. It is going to be that main event time. You already know what it is. Alexander the Great, Volkanovski, and Yair Rodriguez. We are going to have Alexander as a super. I'm just kidding. We're going to have him as just a regular old confident pick. I can't really go out there and put him as a super confident pick because Taira's so far superior in grappling. Maddalena's so far superior everywhere, and Bo Nickal's so far superior in terms of the wrestling and grappling, where, I mean, Yair Rodriguez has some of those possibilities to beat Volkanovski in one area of the game, which is that kicking game. We'll have him as a confident pick, almost a super confident pick. That is it for y'all. We got the full card confident picks, bottom to the top. Jimmy Crute, our least confident at 54%. Nico Price at 58% over Robbie Lawler. 59% for Esteban Ribovics as our three slight leads. Those are all three very, very close ones. Jalen Turner as our first almost confident pick, Vitor Petrino at 67%, Jesus Aguilar at 68%, Brandon Moreno at 69%, and then we got four confident picks, Yasmin Jauregui, Robert Whitaker, Alexander Volkanovski, and Cameron Simon, 72, 76, 79, and 80% confidence. Three super confident picks in Tatsuro Taira at 88%, Jack Della Maddalena at 90%, and Bo Nickel at 95%. Should be a great card. If you look at it, there's not a lot of close fights. Even when you look at the betting odds, there's a lot of minus 200, 300, 400, 1,000 favorites on the card. It is crazy the amount of big, heavy favorites there are on this card. But what do y'all think about those confident picks? Put yours down below as well. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.